to go back to the question then, the difference between the two books. I mean, I've read them the wrong way around, I suppose. But
I don't think there's a right way or wrong way to read.
No. Yeah. But what interested me is the fact that all the way through Dead Europe, you're seeing the characters, and everything is kind of filtered or refracted, perhaps through Isaac, and that singular voice. But you've got all these different points of view, and you said on Friday night you started with 13 in the first draft.
That's right.
How is that shifting from that? Because you wrote Dead Europe first with a single POV, and then going into where you're taking all these different characters and they're all individual voices and so on.
I think two things that have come to mind about that. One is that part of getting to the narrative voices in the slap was through the experience of Dead Europe, because you know how that novel works with Isaac's story, but it alternates with an almost fable-like structure, which is very much comes from the storytelling that my father does. You know, kind of he has a vampire, for example, in his village. He has those stories. They're wonderful, and they used to terrify me as a child. So I was trying to see if I could find a voice to communicate that kind of story, and so. In doing that for Dead Europe, I think I simply discovered the pleasure of writing outside my narcissistic self. Does that make... It's just...
And you're right about the tone of that. You've got that kind of almost like folklore tale sort of things, Okay, and that obviously informed the slap.
And informed the slap, and I think, I just became interested in writing from different points of view. I also think that... and again, I mean, you're from England, and I think it isn't dissimilar. You know that I think I was part of a student and cultural generation that was very, very nervous about writing outside one's own experience. You kind of a politics that said, you know, you couldn't write outside, or had to be, you know, outside your gender, outside your sexuality, outside your race and ethnicity and cultural space. And I think the slap was, for me, an attempt to resist that kind of politics. Not to say that I don't think what informs those points of views is not important, you know, that consideration. But God, Jill, if I can't write as a woman, if I can't write as a black person, if I can't write as an old man or as a young girl, what the hell am I doing writing?